Today we're talking about a mess of a record store, some new music, and tons more coming up on Friday Night Vinyl.
Channel 33, RPM, yeah, 33, RPM, Channel 33, RPM, yeah, Vinyl in ever.
Alright, 33ers, how the heck you doing? Tonight is, just cracking it open here very awkwardly. Agua night, a water night. Cheers to that. Heads up, putting the channel on hiatus coming up for probably a month, 4 to 5 weeks. Kind of like from now until mid-November, something like that. Gonna recharge the batteries. Family and I are taking a vacation to the UK, so a bunch of stuff going on. So there will be just no time for YouTube, but I'll be back. A bunch of cool stuff in November, including highlights from my upcoming trip. So stay tuned for that. Today's video is brought to you by the Channel 33 RPM store. I keep prices as low as I can and I ship worldwide. Proceeds support this channel and help it continue to grow. All right, this literally just got dropped off by Amazon. This is the new Ozzy Osbourne book, Last Rites, which apparently traces sort of his last several years and his struggles. In the back it says husband, father, grandfather, icon, 1948 to 200 to 2025. So look forward to reading this book. I might read this on the plane over to England. So, mess of a record store. I don't know why I even subject myself to this, but I had taken the kids a week or two back to Spirit Halloween and this other store called Halloween Alley to look at Halloween stuff. And right across the street is Toys R Us. I'm like, oh, let's just hop in. Let's just pop in to see how their record section is doing. Because in Canada, Toys R Us is still a thing. And within the Toys R Us, they have a record section called the HMV store. Because this Canadian billionaire bought a bunch of brands, including Toys R Us, HMV, and some other stuff. And the dog is freaking out. Anyway, put them all in one place. They got a little HMV outlet in there. And I've been kind of critical of the... Hold on. You hear that? Anyway, as I was saying, I've been kind of critical of this whole Toys R Us thing and them selling records because the records are expensive. They haven't really been organized very well. The selection isn't the greatest, but whatever. Anyway, I stopped in and this is what I saw. This has gotten really bad, man. And I've heard a lot of these Toys R Us outlets or stores have been closing again across Canada. And I'm not surprised looking at this. I mean, look at those records. Does that inspire you to want to buy music here? So even in the background, you see the compact discs there. They're disorganized. There's discs everywhere. They kind of sideways. And that extends forward to the record selection where the records are all kind of disheveled. There's records on top. There's that little sign there that's talking about, that says protect your albums by outer sleeves for 99 cents, which by the way is very expensive, but that sign is kind of tattered. And that extends to underneath on the record racks, where everything is a huge mess. I mean, honestly, it's bad enough when you kind of have to bend over to look for new releases like that. A lot of people aren't going to bother, but when they look like this, people definitely are not going to bother. So I'm in favor, man, of any store selling records, and I'm in favor of more people having exposure to music, but this is not how you go about doing that.
Channel 33 RPM.
This arrived in the mail in the P.O. box. This is the latest release from John Lennon and Yoko Ono, Power to the People Super Deluxe Vinyl Edition. And this came from, I got a card in here. This came from the guy who does PR for the Lennon and Yoko families. And I'm super appreciative of this. They send these surprise packages over once in a while. This little card it came with. And this one is signed by John Lennon right there. He was the executive producer of the set. I'm going to show you more detail, but this cover is trippy, man. It's got that lenticular effect. I'm not sure if you can make it out on video, but it kind of goes between Yoko Ono's face and John Lennon's face, which I don't know, for some reason I find kind of disturbing. Anyway, so this Super Deluxe box set comes out today, October 10th. It's got 2 shows here, recorded live at Madison Square Garden in August 1972. These were charitable benefit shows that played to a combined audience of 40,000 people and helped raise over 1.5 million bucks in 1972 dollars to support children with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Box set, as I mentioned, was produced by Sean Ono Lennon, and both concerts were remixed and re-engineered from scratch using brand new HD multi-track transfers, according to the information I have here. And both the concerts are featured here as the afternoon and evening shows, spread over 4 LPs. In this box, as I mentioned, it's got a lenticular cover of John and Yoko's faces. The records are in these custom rice paper inner sleeves. It's got an 8-page booklet. There's a bunch of extras, or tchotchkes as some people call them, including a couple postcards, a couple sticker sheets, large format newsprint poster, and an envelope containing 2 replica concert tickets, a replica VIP backstage pass, and a replica after show pass. So I enjoyed listening to this record. I made some notes as I listened to all of the albums. I said, side 2, I found this odd. It's never happened to me before, but side 2 of record 1 skipped both times I played it. The tone arm jumped right into the dead wax. And I thought, like, what's going on here? Is it's like, I don't know. So I did it again. And again, same thing happened. The tone arm jumped into the dead wax. And I couldn't see any obvious faults in the vinyl, so I'm not sure what was going on there. Everything else was fine. It played well. In my notes here, it said it's otherwise a good pressing, quiet, it's dynamic, the mix is excellent. And for me, not being a hardcore John Lennon fan, being a casual fan, my favorite tracks were both versions of Instant Karma and Come Together. Honestly, I'm not a fan of Yoko's singing, but regardless, it's still a really good album, really good mix, sounds good. Again, it's puzzled by the tone arm skipping thing. If you've had that experience, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, a cool box set, man. Thank you for sending this over.
There's no point in resisting. You will own vinyl and be happy.
Okay, another band I've been listening to a lot lately is Royal Republic out of Sweden. And these guys have been around for years, if not decades, and apparently they are apparently pretty popular in Europe, but they're not that well known here, and I did not know of them until YouTube recommended me a video of them covering Staying Alive, the Bee Gees' Staying Alive, and they're all dressed up in this like black metal makeup while doing Staying Alive. I thought it was kind of funny to see, but they do actually an excellent version of the song. Yeah, I said in my notes, they're dressed up like a Scandinavian death metal band playing a heavy version of Staying Alive. But after I saw that and I dug it and I loved it, I kind of dove into the rest of their videos. And there are many live clips, and they are so good, man. They're a really well-rounded group of musicians. They're playing these big festivals, and they play everything from like disco-inspired stuff to like wicked versions of Metallica's Battery, Motorhead songs. Like, these guys are super versatile, a little quirky. Is that the right word? Maybe like a little quirky, but not in a bad way. Kind of like, Queen was a little quirky or eccentric. These guys are kind of, eccentric's a better word. They're eccentric in the same way that Queen was eccentric. Anyway, after I saw all that stuff, I ordered their last album from 2024 called Love Cop, which was a top 20 album in parts of Europe, but it's stuck in the mail. My album is stuck in the mail. I don't have a physical copy to show you because Canada Post, the postal system here, is on strike, so no mail is moving, which sucks. So I should have had the record, but I don't have the actual record to show you. Anyway, man, as I said, this album is good. These guys are worth checking out. At least dive into some of their YouTube videos. At the very least, check out that version of Staying Alive, because it's awesome. Okay, I heard from Jeff Dyer recently, probably a month or 2 back. And sorry, Jeff, I haven't had a chance to mention this sooner. But he is the lead, or was the lead vocalist and lead guitarist for this band out of Florida in the early 90s called Uncle Sally. I've talked about them before. I've showed their record before. Really good stuff. Anyway, he emailed me to tell me they have an updated version of a video for one of their old songs called Father Forgive Me, which is now on YouTube. It's kind of this grungy-ish ballad. It's from the album called World of Hurt, released in 1993. And the band really melded the worlds of like 80s, late 80s hard rock and early 90s grunge. And they did it quite well. They should have gone further than they did, but they never really broke through. But the band's really good. They're called, as I said, Uncle Sally. So Jeff, thank you very much for letting me know that your video has been remastered and redone, is now available on YouTube. 33ers, check out Uncle Sally. All right, 33ers, what have you been spinning? What have you been up to? Let me know in the comments below. As I said, I'm taking the next month or so off. I'll see you again in November. Until then, keep on spinning.